I was a very late joiner. I didn't even think I was going to go to uni. At one point, like I genuinely didn't think I was going to go, and then she just opened my eyes to a whole new thing. I didn't even think I'd make friends in Manchester, but the amount of people that I've made friends with is unbelievable. Like from the basketball team, the football team, even just being in class, different blocks, like people just joining in. Me and Steph just clicked like that. She was like, do you like it? And I was like, do I like it? I was like, I love it. Like, this is amazing, do you know what I mean? My name's Akasha, I go to UA 92 and I'm doing health and exercise sports, and I'm a Make It For Real student. I play football and I love football. I've been playing it since I was 7, and I always used to see like the people like run on like on the pitch, and like they used to help them and whatever, and they never really got that much praise to me. Like they save people's like muscles and everything, do you know what I mean? But I've always thought, like, as well as being a footballer, I've always wanted to be a physiotherapist as well. In my case, if I don't make it, like I want to be able to push someone when I'm older and be like, look, like this injury doesn't stop you, like you can do so much more. For example, I used to have a girl in my football team. She was amazing, and then she tore her ACL. And don't get me wrong, she never really showed that she was sad about it, but it really did limit her to like doing things because she was scared to injure again, or even just like in general just to play. So everything about the bones, the muscles, the heart, like it really interests me for some reason. I had an injury with my ankle. Like I went over my ankle a few times and I nearly tore the ligament. And I remember the doctor telling me, like, he was like, you're gonna have to go into recovery for about a good 6 months. And that really pushed me back. So like obviously I'd be home and I was always like a bit mopey because like I didn't know if I should go and play sports or if I didn't know if I should just like stay at home and like rest it. So after about 2 months, like 3 months, I couldn't help it. I just went out and done it. Worst decision of my life, I'll say that now, because then I went to go play for Guyana, the country where I'm from. And in the final match that we had, because I didn't heal it properly, I went over it again and I had to get took off the pitch. And then that's when I was out for even longer then. So it made me realise, you know what, probably should just listen to my doctor next time. I grew up with mostly my grandma and my granddad. My dad was in my life as well, so was my mum, but my mum came over here to try and get me a better life. She came down every, like, you know, once every year, because it's very expensive to go down there. Growing up there, like, you do realise, like, when you come here and you live here, like, there's so many opportunities, and that's what I want to give to my family, genuinely. That's why I have such, like, high expectations for myself, because I feel like if I don't meet those expectations, then not only am I letting myself down, I'm letting my whole family down, even though I know that's what they're not thinking like that, but that's how I think, because that's like my motivation. Adapting's weird though, like I never used to have this accent at all. My best mate Lacey, we were in high school talking whatever, and then I got the accent and stuff like that. I joined in January. My roommate right now, love her. Without her, I wouldn't actually be here. That's why like I give her the praise, because literally I was looking around unis everywhere. I booked a tour date here. Walked in, it was Megan, one of your colleagues. She took me around the place, upstairs and everything, and she was like, it's not a big uni, but everyone here can help you with anything that you need. And you know what, I actually believed it when she said it, because I was a very late joiner. I didn't even think I was going to go to uni. At one point, like I genuinely didn't think I was going to go, and then she just opened my eyes to a whole new thing. And then I've came here now, and I didn't even think I'd make friends in Manchester, but the amount of people that I've made friends with is unbelievable. Like from the basketball team, the football team, even just being in class, different blocks, like people just joining in late. Do you know what I mean? It's so nice to see, honestly. I think personally, like, you don't know until you give it a chance. If I'm going to put in my perspective, I weren't going to go to uni because I just didn't know if it was for me. I didn't know if moving away from my mum was amazing, because we all have that scare, don't we? Like, oh, like, I'm not going to be okay on my own. Can I do this? Can I do that? And that was my greatest fear, because I love my mum, just genuinely, just I do love her. But I had such an attachment, and then moving away here now, like, I've learned a lot of independence, learned how to move around. Like, one thing I will say, just don't limit yourself. If you limit yourself, you're not really going to get far. If you stick to one thing and you're so used to that one thing, you're always going to think it's always going to be that one thing. Like, if I'm going to put it into a sports perspective, at one point I was doing shot put, and I love shot put. But then I thought, what about football? Let me give it a try. And then there I am. Do you know what I mean? I've been led down a rough path sometimes, don't get me wrong. I've been influenced to do things that I shouldn't do. And I've looked back at it the next day and thought, it's not for me. Do you know what I mean? With Make It For Real, like, there's many like aspects that come with it. So obviously you have bursary, that helps a lot, to be honest. You also get a free laptop, obviously, if you don't own one. So yeah, that helps me out a lot. I want to become a footballer. I really, really want to become a footballer. It's my dream. Since I remember one time I was looking at telly, I think I was about 10. You know Van Dijk? We all know Van Dijk. And my mum always relates me to Van Dijk. She goes, you're going to be that, you're going to be him, obviously in a girl version. And there was this one time they were walking out the stadium and everyone was clapping and cheering and all this. And it was just he was just looking around, the camera was on him and he was just looking around and you could tell he was just taking it all in. He was just there in the moment, and it wasn't even because, I can tell he doesn't just do it for the money, he does it because he loves what he does, and that's who I am as a person. I don't play it for thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be rich when I'm older. No, I play it because that's where I'm going to be.